The rain has stopped, but the streets glisten wet under neon lights. Taeyong walks beside Vian, holding an umbrella over her as she silently follows him. Vian, softly, you don't have to do this. I will be fine. Taeyong, firmly, you were crying in the middle of the road and almost got hit by a car. I can't just leave you like that. Vian lowers her gaze, clutching the wet gift box in her hand. They reach a cozy apartment building. Taeyang opens the door and gestures for her to enter. Taeyong, come in. I will get you a towel. She hesitates but steps inside. The room smells of coffee and wood, warm, comfortable. A guitar leans against the wall. There are sketches on the table, cityscape, portraits, little things that tell he's artistic. Taeyong hands her a towel. Taeyong, gently, you should dry your hair. You will catch a cold. Vian nods silently and sits on the sofa. Her clothes had already dried up, but her hair was still a bit wet. He goes to the kitchen and pours 2 cups of tea. The silence is heavy but not uncomfortable. Taeyong sets a cup in front of her. Vian quietly, thank you, Taeyong. You're welcome. You want to tell me what happened? She hesitates. Her fingers tremble around the cup. Vian, voice breaking. Today was supposed to be the happiest day. I went to surprise my fiance. Taeyong listens, his eyes focused gently on her face. Vian, tears forming, and I found out he's married. His wife's pregnant. They were just using me. My parents are gone, and all I had left was what they gave me, and they wanted that too. She finally breaks down, sobbing into her hands. Taeyong doesn't interrupt. He just sits quietly, handing her tissues one by one. Taeyong softly. Some people hide behind smiles when she, but that doesn't mean your love foolish. It just means you were real and he wasn't. Ryan looks up at him, eyes red. Ryan, how can people be so cruel? Taeyong quietly, they think they can live without consequence until karma shows up. A pause. The clock ticks. The warmth of his words fills the silence. Next day, Sunlight filters through the curtains. Ryan wakes up on the sofa with a blanket over her shoulders. She looked around. Taehyung is sitting at the dining table, sketching something. Ryan softly. You draw? He smiled faintly without looking up. Taehyung, sometimes help me think. She stands and walks over on the paper, a sketch of hand river under rain, two figures sitting under an umbrella. Her breath catches. Ryan, that's us. Taeyong shrugs. Maybe, or maybe it's just two people who needed each other for a moment. She smiles faintly, the first genuine one since everything shattered. A few days later, Ryan and Taeyong are sitting in a small cafe near Hongdae. She is slowly regaining her spark. Ryan smiling softly. I didn't know strangers could be so kind. Taeyong playfully. I didn't know strangers could cry so much in one night. They both laugh. Then Ryan's smile fades as she spots someone walking past the cafe window. It's Minje. Her hands freeze, her beat stops, but before she can look away, Minje turns and sees her, eyes widening in shock. He rushes in. Minje, angrily, Ryan, why did you disappear like that? I was worried sick. Ryan, coldly, don't act, Minje. I heard everything. Minje's face freezes. He glances at Taeyong, who stands up, eyes narrowing protectively. Taeyong sternly, you should leave. She doesn't owe you anything. Minje glares at him. Minje, who are you to interfere? Taeyong calmly, someone who knows what trash looks like when he sees it. The tension in the air is heavy. Ryan stands between them, voice trembling but strong. Ryan, Minje, we are over. Don't ever come near me again. She grabs Taeyong's hand and walks out, her heart pounding. They stop walking. Ryan breathes shakily, still holding his hand. Ryan, softly, I'm sorry. You had to see that. Taeyong, gently, don't be. You needed to face him. He looks at her, his expressions unreadable. Taeyong, Park Minje. Huh? Ryan nods slowly. That name, Park Minje, my uncle's son, my cousin. He thoughts. His jaw tightens slightly, but he hides it behind a calm expression. Ryan, faintly, do you know him? Taeyong forced a smile but didn't reply. Later that night, Taeyong stands outside, looking at the Seoul skyline. His phone buzzes. A message pops up from Park Min-jae. Hyung, long time no see. Let's meet soon. Got something big going on. Taeyong's expression darkens. Taeyong to himself. So it's really you, cousin. You have not changed at all. He looks inside. Vine is asleep on the couch, her face peaceful for the first time. Taeyong whispering, I won't let you hurt her again. Not this time. Sometimes fate hides its cruelty behind a kind stranger. He whispers under his breath, Park Manjay, after everything you did to my aunt, and now this. You never stop, do you? He looks back at Ryan. His eyes soften. Taeyong, inner thought, she doesn't deserve this pain, not her. He quietly places a glass of water on the table near her and covers her more carefully with the blanket before walking toward his room. As the door closes behind him, Ryan stirs slightly in her sleep. A tear escapes her eye. Soft sunlight fills the small apartment. Ryan wakes up to the smell of breakfast. She blinks, looking around, confused, until she spots Taeyong cooking quietly in the kitchen. He wears a grey hoodie, sleeves rolled up, hair messy. He looks calm, focused. She sits up slowly, brushing her hair back. Ryan, softly, you cook too? Taeyong, without turning. When someone cries this much, instant noodles are not enough. Ryan let out a small laugh, the first genuine one in days. He sets down two plates of toast, egg, and coffee. Taeyong, eat. Your body's been through enough drama already. Wine, smiling faintly. Yes, Dr. Kim. They eat quietly for a while. Then she glances up. Ryan, can I stay here for a few days? I just don't want to go back yet. Taeyong looked at her for a moment, then nods. Taeyong, as long as you don't set my kitchen on fire, deal. Ryan laughs softly again. Later that day, Lion stands the window, watching the city blow. She holds her phone, scrolling through all photos of Minje. There smiles, his arms around her. She deletes one, then another, until her gallery is empty. But when she reaches the photo of their engagement, she pauses. Tears fill her eyes again. Vian, whispering, I really thought you were my forever. Flashback, a golden cafe, 2 years ago. Minje kneeling, proposing under fairy lights. Minje, Vayana, I may not be rich, but I will make you the happiest woman alive. Back to present. Vian laughs bitterly. Vian murmuring, turns out you just wanted to be rich. She wipes her tears. Her expressions harden. For the first time, her sadness turned into a quiet anger. That evening, Taehyung works on a sketch in his studio corner. Vian walks in holding a mug of tea. Vian, you draw a lot. What are you working on? He hesitates, turning the paper slightly away. It's a half finished portrait of her. Taeyong, awkwardly, just random stuff. Vian, smiling teasingly. You are bad at lying, you know? He smirks a little, setting the pencil down. Taeyong, maybe, but I am good at listening. You should talk more instead of keeping everything inside. Vian sits beside him, quiet. Vian, do you believe people like him ever regret? Taeyong, thoughtful. Regret? Maybe, but not for what they did, only for what they lost. He doesn't tell her yet that he knows Minjay personally. His mind replays memories of his childhood, growing up with Minjay, arrogance, his father's corruption, the fights that broke their families apart. Taeyong, inner thought, I saw what great did to my art. I won't let it happen again. A luxurious apartment. Hyren sits on the couch, flipping through the baby magazine. Mincha enters, throwing his jacket down. Hyren coolly. You look angry. Didn't go well with your little fiance? Minja snapping. She saw me with you. Someone was with her. Some guy who thinks he's her hero. Hyren chuckles. resting a hand on her belly. Hiren, so you still have her documents, don't you? The power attorney? That's enough to move her money. Menja is smirking. Yes, but she is cautious now. We need to act faster. He takes a sip of whiskey. Hiren. And who was the guy? Minji shrugs. Don't know. Some guy named Kim Taehyung, I think. He didn't tell her the true reality yet. Hiren frowns slightly, then smirks. Hiren, the name sounds familiar. Minje annoyed. Forget it. Whoever he is, he will regret stepping into my business. But little did he knows that his wife knows about all his past secrets and is aware of his relatives. Hearing him, her smirks turned calculating. Hiren, inner thought, Kim Taehyung, if he's the one I think, this could get interesting. Ryan and Taeyong walk along the hand river a few days later. She is calmer now, but still quiet. The sky is painted with orange and gold. Taeyong, do you come here often? Ryan, my parents used to bring me here when I was little. It feels like they're still watching me from somewhere. Taeyong listens silently, then Ryan stops, tears filling her eyes again. Ryan, sobbing, I miss them so much, Taeyong. If they were alive, none of this would have happened. He steps closer and gently wipes her tears. Taeyong, softly, they have been proud of you. You are still standing, are not you? She looks up at him. For the first time, she notices how warm his eyes are. Something stills inside her chest, something unfamiliar and soft. They stand there in silence as the wind blows gently. Later that night, Taeyang receives a call. It's Minjae. Minjae laughs. Taeyang, come on, you sound so cool. It's been years. I didn't know you were back in Seoul. Taeyang, I didn't plan to stay long, but looks like fate had other plans. Minjae, you sound mysterious as ever. Let's catch up tomorrow. Same bar near Gangnam. Taeyang, sure, cousin. He hangs up. His face hardens. Ryan walks out of her room, hair messy from sleep. Ryan, sleepy. Everything okay? Taeyang, forcing a smile. Yeah, just an old friend. While yawning, you smile less when you lie. He chuckles quietly, watching her go back to her room. As the door closes, his expression turns dark again. Taeyong whispering, "Tomorrow, Minje, I will see what kind of man you have really become." The next evening, Taeyong walks into a dim bar. Minje is already there, smiling wide. Minje, standing. Taeyong Hyung, long time, still pretending to be a saint. Taeyong coolly, still pretending to be a human. Minje laughs, sipping his drink. Minje, you have not changed. Always too serious. You should learn life about using people before they use you. Taeyong stating, "That's exactly why your father died alone." Minje's smile fades instantly. Minje, low, watch your mouth. Taeyong, no, you watch your greed before it destroys you again. There is a pause, thick tension between them. Minji is smirking again. You always think you are better than me, but remember, we share the same blood. Taeyong stands up, voice steady but cooled. Taeyong, no Minji, you poisoned yours a long time ago. He leaves. Minji watches him go, eyes burning. Back home, Taeyong looks at Ryan, asleep again. Peaceful, safe. He clenches his fists. Taeyong in a thought, I will make him pay, not just for her, but for everything he has done. He looks out the window. The rain starts again, softly, hitting the glass. Two souths, one betrayed, one haunted, and the storm between them has only just begun. To be continued. I will upload the next part when this video got at least 20 comments. I know this part is a little bit boring, but upcoming parts are very interesting, so stay tuned.